Welcome all. Now we are going to discuss the computer application in business Madras University question paper November 2014 part B, that is 5 mark questions. First 5 mark, how to use spell check in MS Word. So Microsoft provide a spelling and grammar check whether enable you to search for and correct all spellings and grammar mistakes in your document. Word is intelligent enough to identify misspelled or misused, as well as grammar errors, and underlines them as follows. A red underlined known as the spelling errors, a green underlined mention the grammar error, a blue line under correctly spelled but misused words. To start a check of the spelling and grammar in our file, just press F7 for shortcut keys, or we have to follow the following steps. First step, open Microsoft Office program, click the review tab on the ribbons, that is going the review menu in a MS Word document. A spelling and grammar dialog box will appear and will display the wrong spellings or error in a grammar. So this menu is presented in Windows 98 and older versions. Now Word 98 versions are presenting the review button. Now the recent documents, that is Word 13 to the Word MS Word 2000 options are arranged in a home menu, that is the spelling and grammar dialog boxes appeared in a home menu only. There is no review menu in the Word 2013. The review tab is appeared in a Word 98, 2000, etc. that older versions. Okay, now come to the point. Now we have to following the options to fix the spelling mistakes. Ignore all, add to dictionary, change all, autocorrect are appeared in a spelling and grammar dialog boxes. First, ignore icon are used to ignore a word, then click this button and word ignore throughout the document. Ignore all means like ignore, but this ignore all occurrences of the same misspelling, not just one but throughout the document, that is it ignoring the word. Add to dictionary, choose add to dictionary to add the word to the word spelling dictionary, that is the word is not added in the dictionary, that is not appeared in the dictionary, means we have to insert a new word in a word dictionary of the MS Word. So we have to select add dictionary to add the new word in a dictionary. Change icon, the change icon is used to change the wrong word using the suggested correct word. If you are mistakenly type the word as a wrong, means we have to change the word and added in a dictionary. Change all, like change button, like change, the change all occurrences of the same misspelling, not just one but throughout the document. Autocorrect, if you select a suggestion word, create an autocorrect entry that automatically correct the spelling error from now on. So if you are typing mistakenly in a word, the autocorrect is correct the spellings automatically. Following other different options in case you have grammatically mistaken. Next sentence, it is used to click the next sentence to direct the grammar checker to skip ahead to the next sentence. Explain, the grammar checker display a description of the rule that caused the sentence to be flagged as a possible error. Option is used to open the word option dialog box to allow you to change the behavior of the grammar checker or spelling options. Undo, the undo is used to change the lost grammar. Third step, select one of the given suggestion if you want to use and click the change options to fix the spelling or grammar mistake, and repeat the step to fix all the spelling or grammar mistake. Fourth step, Word display a dialog box when it finishes checking for spelling and grammar mistake. Finally, press the click button. Check spelling and grammar using right click. If you will right click the mouse button over a misspelled word, then it will show the correct suggestion, that is it display the pop-up menu and give the suggestion the above mentioned options to fix the spelling and grammar mistakes. Then you have to change the mistaked word using the change button throughout the document. 13th question. 14th question. Explain the acid properties in DBMS. DBMS is the management of data that should remain integrated when any changes are done it. The acid property means the transaction that goes through the different group of tasks. There we come to see the role of the acid property. To maintain the integrity of the data, there are 4 properties described in the database management system. That 4 properties are known as the acid property. A means atomicity, C means consistency, I mean isolation, D means durability. The 4 words acronym is called the ACID. Atomicity means data remain atomic. It means if any operation is performed on the data, it should be performed or executed completely or should not be executed at all. In case of executing operation on the transaction, the operation should be completely executed and not a partial one. That is the atomicity. Consistency means the value should remain preserved always. The DBMS integrity of the data should be maintained, which means if a change in the database is made, it should remain preserved always. The data should always be correct. In case of transaction, the integrity of the data is very essential so that the database remain consistent before and after transaction. Isolation. Isolation means separation. In DBMS, isolation is a property of database where no data should affect the other one and may occur concurrently. It means if 2 operations are being performed on 2 different databases, they may not affect value of one another. In case of transaction, when 2 or more transactions occur simultaneously, the consistency should remain maintained. Any change that occur in a particular transaction will not be seen by other transaction until the changes is not committed in the memory. If you are committed means that transaction cannot be changed. Durability. Durability ensures the permanency of something. The term durability ensures that the data after the successful execution of the operations become permanent in the database. If gets lost, it becomes the responsibility of the recovery manager for ensuring the durability of the database. For committing the value, the commit command must be used every time we make the changes. Next question. What is indexing and what are the different kinds of indexing? Indexing is a data structure technique which allows you to quickly retrieve records from a database file. An index is a small table having only 2 columns. The first column comprises a copy of the primary or candidate key of a table. The second column contains a set of pointers for holding the address of the disk block where that specific key value is stored. Types of indexing. 2 main types of indexings are used in a database management system. One is primary indexing, another one is the secondary indexing. Primary indexing is a ordered file which is fixed length of size with 2 fields. The first field is the same as a primary key and the second field is pointed to that specific data block. The primary index always one-to-one relationship between the entities in the index table. The primary indexing is also divided in a 2 types: dense index, sparse index. Dense index means a record is created for every search key value in the database. Sparse index means it is an index record that appear for only some of the value in the file. Sparse index help you to resolve the issues of dense indexing. In this method of indexing technique, a range of index columns store the same data block address, and when data need to be retrieved, the block address will be fetched. Secondary index. It can be generated by a field which has a unique value for each record. It should be a candidate key. It is also known as the non-clustering index. So clustering index means the record themselves are stored in an index and not pointer. In such a situation, you can group two or more columns to get the unique value and create an index which is called the clustered index. It helps you to identify the record fasterly. Multi-level index. It is created when a primary index does not fit in the memory. This type of indexing method can reduce the number of disk access to short any record and kept on a disk as a sequential file and create a sparse base of that file. B-tree index. B-tree index is the widely used data structure for indexing. All leaf nodes of the B-tree significantly actual data pointer. Explain the basic concepts of internet. The internet is a global network of networks connecting millions of users worldwide via mini computer network using a simple standard common addressing system and basic communication protocol known as the TCP/IP. TCP/IP means Transaction Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. It allows message sent over the internet to be broken into small pieces called the packets. It can travel over many different routes between source and destination computer. The internet's protocol is working based on the client server networking. Here server means internet resources, information and services. The server is the computer system responds the client request. So he can respond the request. Client means who is going to send a request is known as the client. As a customer is also known as the client. So we can access those resources via the client programs. The resources may be a hardware or software or operating system. So we can also require the storage area as a request. So one important kind of client program is called a browser, which is used to search through the information provided by a specific type of server. The most popular browsers are Netscape Navigator, Mozilla, Google, Microsoft Edge is the most popular. Google Chrome, Mozilla, Microsoft Edge, Netscape Navigator, Internet Explorer are the some of the internet browsers used to browse the internet. Basics of internet architecture. Internet architecture is a meta network which refers to a congregations of thousands of distinct networks interacting with a common protocol. This protocol connects any two networks that differ in hardware, software and design process. TCP/IP provide end-to-end transmission. Each and every node on one network has the ability to communicate with any other node on the network. IP. In order to communicate, we need our data to be encapsulated as Internet Protocol packets. These IP packets travel across a number of hosts in a network through routing to reach the destination. TCP. TCP means Transmission Control Protocol. It provides end-to-end transmission of data, that is from source to destination. It is a very complex protocol as it supports recovery of lost packets. Application protocol. Third layer in the internet architecture is the application layer, which has different protocols on which the internet services are built. Some of the examples of internet services include email, file transfer, client server operations. The following is the some of the operations we needed in a client server. A client server system works something like this. A big hunk of computer is known as the server. Sits in some offices somewhere with a bunch of files that people might want to access. This computer runs a software package, also called a server, that listens all day long to requests over the wires. Hypertext documents. The www makes extensive use of hypertext documents which contain multimedia data, that is text, images, sound, video clips, etc. It links to other documents, that is it's situated anywhere on the web. HTTP. HTTP means hypertext Hypertext Transport Protocol. The client-server protocol used to exchange hypertext document. The main thing you need to know is that HTTP is a language spoken between your web browser and a web server so that they can communicate with each other and exchange the files. HTTP is a request to response type protocol that specifies that a client will open a connection to a server, then send a request using a very specific format. The server will then respond and close the connection. HTML means hypertext markup language used to specialize the markup language. It represents the document like a browser. Next question, list out the advantages of EDI. EDI means electronic data interchange. It is the intercompany communication of business document in a standard format. The electronic format that replaces paper-based documents such as purchase order or invoices. By automating paper-based transaction, organization can save time and eliminate costly errors caused by manual processing. In EDI transaction, information move directly from a computer application in one organization to a computer application in another organization. It defines the location and order of information in a document format. With this automated capability, data can be shared rapidly instead of over the hours, days or weeks required when using paper documents or other methods. There are two basic types of EDI transmission: point-to-point or direct connections, value-added network. Point-to-point connection means two computer or system connect with no intermediary over the internet, generally with the secure protocol. Value-added network means a third-party network managed data transmission, generally with a mailboxing paradigm. So benefits of EDI: lower operating cost, improve business cycle speeds, reduce human error and improve record accuracy, increase business efficiency, enhance transaction security, paperless and environmental friendly, cost effective, speed, efficiency, accuracy, etc. Improve business cycle speeds. Time is the essence when it comes to order processing. So EDI speed up the business cycles because it allows for process automation. Inventories management is streamlined and made more efficient with the real-time data updates. Reduce the human error and improve the record accuracy. Aside from their inefficiency, manual processors are also highly prone to error, often resulting from ineligible handwriting, keying and rekeying error, and incorrect document handling. So the data quality and eliminate the need to rework order by delivering at least 30% to 40% reduction in transaction with the errors. Increase the business efficiency. Because human error is minimized, organization can benefit from increased level of efficiency. Rather than focusing on manual and tedious activities, employees can devote their attention to more important value-added tasks. Enhance transaction security. EDI enhances the security of transaction by securely sharing data across a wide variety of communication protocol and security standards. Paperless and environmental friendly. The migration from paper-based to electronic transaction reduced CO2 emissions. CO2 means promoting corporate social responsibility. Cost effective. Cutting paper waste and all paper processing quickly reduce the paper cost. Efficiency. Cloud computing and machine learning eliminate computational repetitions, redundancies and error that would be more common among humans. Speed. Electronic transfer of data ensure more consistency and accuracy without sacrificing pace. Accuracy. By using cloud computing technology, you are able to transfer document faster than would have otherwise been possible. Service. Faster processing means better customer service overall, in turn helping you to expand your customer base. Next question, explain the concept of TLD. TLD means top level domain. A top level domain is the last segment of our domain name. The element located after the last dot, as it is located in the ending, it is also known as the domain suffix. Domain name is divided into three levels. First one is subdomain, second level domain, last one is the top level domain. A domain name which has a second and a top level domain consists a fully qualified domain name. For example, sub.example.com. Here sub is the subdomain, example is the mid-level domain, .com is the top-level domain. All of these domain level are separated with a dot. The different types of top-level domains as it can be classified four main category based on the website purposes, that is owner and geographical locations name. Geographical locations, okay, so it can be as generic top level domains, sponsored top level domains, third is the country code top level domains. So the first is the generic top level domains. The GTLD, that is generic top level domain, is most common domain that allow all range of users to register. The most familiar GTLD is .com, .org, .net, .xyz and .name. .com means commercial websites, .org means organization websites, .net represent the networking websites, .xyz represent the general use, .name specify the individual name of websites, .bi means business related applications, .info means information platform websites. Sponsored top level domain. The sponsored top level domain is a type of generic top level domain. Some of the STLD is .gov, it represents the government websites. .edu means it represents the educational institutes. INT means international organization. MIL is represent the US military websites. .mobi is the mobile product and service websites. .jobs is the job portal websites. .tel represent the internet communication service websites. Country code, the CCTLD represents the common country codes. Some of the examples are given below. ES means Spain, RU represents Russia, US represents United States, CA represents Canada, IN represents India, JP represents Japan, FR means France, ID means Indonesia, etc. The purpose of top level domain. Since the top level domain are categorized based on what the website is associated with it, it can be used to identify the website's purpose, owner or geographical locations. One thing that should be noted is that several websites could share the same name but a different top level domain. So it can be said that example.com is not same as example.edu. So both are different websites.